Previously on Ajeossi On Tour, I lost a camera in Bali, got stuck on a mountain trail, and stared down a volcano while running on coconut water and pure panic. I thought that this was supposed to be the end of the chaos. Then I flew to Kerala, and things, let's just say they got even stranger. Roll my intro.
I love it when you do it like that. When you walk out wearing nothing but. I love it when we do it like that. You know that I'm right there, want you to. You make it look so easy like that. Then you try out my attention like.
Ajeossi Daebak fam, welcome back to Daebak Reacts TV, your one-stop shop for all things beats, bars, and of course, big Daebak energy. This was supposed to be the final stop of the journey, from Canada to Chennai, from Chennai to Bali, and then back to India again. This time, we're hitting Trivandrum, the southern capital of Kerala. I came here looking for peace. Instead, I got a surprise celebrity encounter, a Lobster side quest, and a simulation glitch from the Matrix that dropped my childhood friend in the middle of a mall. Are you ready? Chigambutho, showtime! We booked a luxury stay at a 5-star hotel called O by Tamra. Clean, stylish, and rumored to have one of the best breakfast buffets in the country. One problem: we arrived too early. Check-in wasn't until 2 p.m. So we did what any travel-weary Ajeossi would do, dropped our bags at the lobby and crossed the road to the biggest mall in the city. Cue Lulu Hypermall, which isn't a mall, it's a multiverse. It's part airport, part amusement park, and possibly a black hole. Okay, I was kidding about the airport part, but you get what I'm saying. It was gigantic. We shopped, wandered, and racked up about 3,000 steps trying to find anything that made sense. By the time we got back, we were more than ready to check in. Now, this is where it gets good. The room, perfect. Screaming luxury. Room service, fast enough to make you emotional. But the true peak of luxury was the breakfast buffet. From Kerala-style putu with kadala curry to Western comfort food, it had everything. And let's not forget Kerala chai, which I consider as liquid peace. I still make it to this day at home, and I still think about it. So the next day, day 2 kicked off with an Ayurvedic massage to reset the bones. We hit this spot that was about a 20 to 25 minute drive away from the hotel. And I gotta tell you, the environment where this place was situated in, it was gorgeous, with coconut trees surrounding the area, access to a nearby traditional restaurant, and just access to pretty much everything that you can think of, well, within driving distance, of course. I came out of that place 1 inch taller and 80% calmer. So naturally, we followed it up with a trip to the beach. Now, before we get to the beach, I gotta say a few things about this Ayurvedic massage. It ain't for everybody. And when I say that, I mean it. Because if you're sensitive to anything that has a strong smell, or any smell in general, then this massage may not be for you. It is a holistic, natural massage that incorporates natural and herbal oils. So just be aware, if you're going into this, just be prepared. The other thing that I gotta warn you about, if you're sensitive to pain, again, this may not be for you because they do go hard, and I mean hard. So watch out. But yeah, it is therapeutic. So you're going to get every penny's worth. Back to the beach. Kovalam Beach. Gorgeous. Serene. But one problem. It was hotter than a street vendor's skillet. Every step on the sand felt like stepping on lava. It was burning hell. Luckily, though, we weren't there to tan. We were on a mission. A hidden lobster restaurant. Again, problem number 2. No signs, no trail, even Google Maps was useless. On top of that, the road, not even finished. Cue flashback from Bali's broken road, broken beach journey. This time, it was even worse than that. So you can imagine me as I was in this SUV as our guide drove us searching for this place. Potholes, bumpy rocks, oh, you name it. It was like ATV hell all over again. But just as we were about to give up, out of nowhere, we ran into a famous local actor. No fanfare, just vibes. Now look, I did not know who this person was until our guide explained to us that he was all over the local entertainment industry. I did the only thing that I knew at that time, and that was to get out and try to talk to the guy because, hey, that's what I do. As an Ajeossi that is coming to you with content creation, I gotta do this. Naturally, I walked up and I started talking. And I was lucky that our guide managed to introduce us and get the first word in before I tried to have a conversation with the guy. And yeah, he was kind enough to take pictures with us and give us a brief introduction on what he was actually there for. Because yeah, they were actually in the middle of shooting I believe it was a drama. I'm not entirely sure what they were shooting. But yeah, we were in the middle of a shoot. Our guide was driving us around and we hit this dead end where the shoot was happening. So it was kind of cool to see. Anyway, he casually pointed us in the right direction of where this lobster restaurant may be. And Kerala plot twist unlocked. Again, the road to this restaurant was even more brutal than before. The heat was unforgiving, but when we finally arrived, it was a sight for sore eyes. This beachside restaurant was situated very nicely elevated from the beach, so you could get a bird's eye perspective of the entire beach. And the lobster grilled to perfection. These lobsters were freshly caught and grilled exactly how you want them to be grilled. So yeah, it was amazing. Salty breeze, garlic butter, sunset waves. This was the victory meal of the trip. Day 3 was meant to be chill. Back to the mall. Do some shopping, grab lunch, maybe hit the arcade. But halfway through the food court, someone called my name. I turned around, boom. It was my childhood friend. And what are the odds? We both went to school in a different country and we ended up meeting after God knows how long, probably 25 years, at this mall, Lulu Hypermall, of all places in the multiverse. In this random mall, right? In this random city. So yeah, I'm not saying the simulation glitched, but I'm not saying it. Anyways, after recovering from the shock, we hit the indoor amusement park inside Lulu Hypermall. Yes, they have an amusement park inside the mall, and it is sizable. Yes, this mall does have a roller coaster, which I did not ride, of course, because fun fact about this Ajeossi, roller coasters and me do not blend well together. Then we close the night with one final seaside dinner, garlic chicken idiyappam. Idiyappam is a type of steamed rice noodle dish that's served with a side of curry. And this curry was the garlic chicken. So excellent combo. The texture was just out of this world. Flavors were so deep and rich. You could actually taste the tenderness in the chicken because I believe they marinate it for a while before cooking it, so all the flavor just seeps into the meat, so you can taste it, and they tenderize the meat too, so you can taste that tenderness and the flavor at the same time, and it's amazing. So yeah, that soft Kerala wind that makes you feel emotional for no reason, yes, we felt it as we sat there eating dinner. And then it was time to leave. But before we left the restaurant, we decided to take one last stroll alongside the beach. Now, we weren't allowed into the beachside area per se because it was high tide and was dangerous, so the authorities told us to keep away. So we were walking along the safe zone of the beach walkway, but we still got the beautiful scenery and the night sky and the moon just floating off in the distance. It was fantastic. Something out of a movie. Fast forward, our last morning. One last run at the breakfast buffet. Oh yeah, and I ate it like it was a season finale. Appam with egg curry. Ooh la la. This dish is something to die for. I don't exaggerate. Appam is this sort of pancakey type of dish, and it's served with the traditional local egg curry. So what they do is they hard boil these eggs and they soak them in this curry, coconut milk based curry, and that's then poured on top of this pancake, and it's absolutely delicious. Then comes the soft idlis. Now idlis again are rice based, so it's rice powder that's being made into a sort of pasty batter and then poured into molds, steel molds, and then they're steamed for over a period of time. Once they come out of that, they're ready to eat. They're soft, they're delicious, and they go really well with spicy chutneys. And of course, I did not forget the final cup of Kerala chai before I said goodbye. That rhymed. I'm going to take a leaf out of Tyrone Magnus here and say, that rhymed. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Bars. Anyways, had my last sip, and then we checked out. Took one last walk around Lulu because we had some time before the flight back to Chennai, which was actually delayed, by the way, but we made it. From there, we flew back to Canada after a few days. This journey started in chaos, dipped into paradise, and ended somewhere in between. But this isn't the end of Ajeossi On Tour. It's just the end of this travel season. Because next up, I'm back in the studio right here, back to the reaction videos, emotional bias, breakdowns, and more. I'm cooking Korean food from scratch, by the way, in one of my upcoming videos, so you want to stay tuned. No shortcuts, no takeout, just full-on chaos in the kitchen. Okay? So, from failed gym doc to spicy redemption, this next chapter might be the sauciest yet. Subscribe if you're ready. Smash that like button and stick around, because this Ajeossi isn't slowing down. He's just getting hungry. This is your host, Domino, from Daebak Reacts TV. Peace.